it and request it and see if he's okay with that.
The game is started.
Okay, great. I'm white. So, I usually choose the parallel corner. Oh, he's going for a diagonal opening. I used to play 3-3 a lot in this type of situation, but I think I'm just going to play some 4-4 point. Okay. That's not the most interesting side. And yet, if I back off and he makes a kind of a mini thing, and then I can kind of approach directly there, and that's not so bad because it coordinates here. So maybe I'll just back off. And I don't have to answer that. And I probably won't answer that. Let me just approach here. Now the question is, should I take a low approach or a high approach? There's also the possibility of playing up here. This is fairly large, though. And the question is high or low or something else. Let's play low. What was normal? Oh, a kick. Usually don't play the kick. He's a very low position. So I'm just going to take a high extension. This guy is really building only on this side. Very interesting. I think I'm just going to be okay with developing faster. I have a high stone here. Let's play up here. Playing very territorial. I could play this. That's the right choice. Let's see what he does. That's a thing. I can play like that. And I don't want to be Haned, so I'll play it again. At what point do I say I'm okay and just like play it Moyo? Because I can keep going here. I could try to get ahead, or I can Hane. I can do all kinds of things. But these exchanges in general aren't good for him. Yeah. He's being a dick. It's typical Tygem. Actually, this problem, I shouldn't say that. That might have been a mistake on my part here. Now I have to think. Because the first feeling for me is to sort of block the connection in some way. If I can play here and he extends, then I guess I can Hane under. What if I bump? That is the first feeling for me. And it's probably a bad feeling. I can fix my shape, or I can try to pincer him. That's a more aggressive way. Is that even going to work? What if I Hane now? That's what I said I was going to do. Can he cut? The cut isn't... Well, the cut. Can he cut? What if he cuts right now? And I just go... Atari connected to... That's very interesting. Normally I would just say, okay, let him do this, but then he makes a base. So, I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do. This is aggressive. Let's take his base. Aha. So he's strengthening. Normally I can play like that and let him actually. But let's see. Okay, so he's gonna try to connect underneath. Does that work? If I play like that, I do. Bump, bump, connect, and then here. So I could let him just connect. I mean, and well, or I could just decide he already is connected, and I'm gonna take another big point. Here. Where's the biggest point? Is that big? I can play all kinds of forcing moves here. But I have to think whether I can really separate him. If I push down here, and he connects, and I Atari, and he connects, I Atari connect, and best I can do is get to here. And then if he descends, then I push connect cut, and then I don't have enough liberties. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know what to do with this. I think these are, it's a lot of forcing exchanges to make without a lot of, giving him a lot of profit. And this is why I lose games. This is why I lose games. Should I just Tanuki? Play over here, see what happens. Yes, I think I will. We'll come back to this later. Okay, so it's still not easy for him to really pressure me here. So I think I'll play this variation. If I can. Because certainly ladders are okay with me. So if he Hanes, then I'm cool. I'll capture that in the ladder. Oh, that's usually a Joseki mistake. But he's probably thinking he can connect up. Okay, well if I Atari connect, I can hurt this stone. But then if he cuts, what's my plan? What's my plan if he cuts after that? Should I just connect here? That's kind of a gote. Maybe I should just let this happen, regardless of what the deal is. Because this isn't necessarily Sente if I connect. I don't think it is. It's very gote. I'm worried about things that I shouldn't be worried about. There's this turn here is pretty big. Also gote. Is there something here that I should be concerned about? I'm going to block up here. It's very difficult to decide where to play. Right now, black is taking territory very aggressively. Sure, I might have been able to play that in Sente, but I'm not sure I could have. All right, now he's walking out, trying to reduce this. All right, so he's playing very, very aggressively territorial style. There's not much I can do here. I mean, I can just play some forcing moves here, try to build up something. Just build. This is, leave this open. This is probably a proper extension, though. I don't know if I can win this game. Yeah, so now I'm not getting anything for all these outside stones. Because he's not making anything weak. Okay. I'll just try to make something big then. I have a hard time with these super aggressive territorial players. Because I'm willing to take the outside, but Well, normal, right? But where's the biggest development area? This is a bunch. I could just check the corner in different ways. Could kick, although this is a little far away to be helpful. Um, this is a little soft. I mean, it seems a little soft. What if I just play like this? It's pretty normal. Keeps him squeezed, right? He has to attach here or something to settle. Sure, he can attach. What kind of shape is that? It's not a good shape. But can I punish it? Should I Atari first? Should I play like that? Then he'll Hane. If I just... Can I punish this? I think it's bigger to play here. I'm not gonna Atari. I will just play. We can play like this, and he can just have a really bad shape. Okay. I'll capture that. Alright. He's just crawling in my skin. Okay. Wow. That's not very good. Well, okay, so let's say he plays here. There's a kind of a cove. He's almost alive, really. This isn't so bad for black. So this is kind of player that just invades everywhere. Not that easy to attack. Not that easy to profit. And what's the estimate look like? Can I get an estimate? Black wins by 1. Yeah. I'm not really gaining that much here. How do I use...
Overtime countdown has
And
begun.
now I'm in overtime. And the thing is that black has no weak groups. That's the thing that bothers me. No weak groups. Nothing. So I think I'm probably going to be losing this game. But I can't just go down in flames. Let's capture that stone. Is he gonna... that... The heck is this? Oh, I see. Yeah. He sees instantly that I can't capture this. But let's say I play here. Okay, he's gonna connect. And I connect here. But now what do you do? And oh, I see his plans. Just take all the third line territory. Just take it all. Take it all. Give me the big wall. Doesn't care. Because he doesn't respect walls. This kind of player respects walls. Not at all. Not at all. It's not that big a deal. I mean, I do have to defend this. Play it like that. I have to defend it. But... Oh, he's going to cut that. Wow. That's probably a resigning moment. Wow, that was very careless of me. I didn't see what he's aiming for. Yeah, I can't win this.
9, 8,
Can't win this.
7, 6,
Resign.
5.
So I'm going to review this game with CrazyStone Deep Learning. I already pre-analyzed this because it's difficult to do interactive analysis while recording video, since CrazyStone will really hose the CPU. In any case, I did analyze game record and I ran it for an hour. At 1 hour, CrazyStone will typically do about anywhere between 100,000 to 300,000 playouts per move on my machine. Um, so that's it. Usually doesn't change its recommendations after that amount. So I think letting it analyze for an hour is reasonable for my purposes. It can I can probably get about the same results analyzing for less time than that though. So let's see what it said. And here's my game. Um, I decided to approach here. CrazyStone at this point would have um, preferred to play up at P16 immediately, but I think this is more open area. My opponent kicked and then extended thin. Um, Usually the kick is not great unless you have a pincer. This is a little bit thin, but it's hard to punish right now. Maybe later on in the game something will happen and I can punish that. In any case, CrazyStone thinks I'm about 3.5 points ahead already because of these small mistakes by my opponent. So I decided to block on this side. CrazyStone would have preferred 017 Hane, but I think this has more potential. So it does, however, potentially go into Avalanche. My opponent avoided Avalanche um, and pushed a little bit more than I think makes sense. I extended here. CrazyStone would have jumped. Actually, CrazyStone would have played L16 at this point, jumped right here instead of uh, instead of extending. And that I actually did think about it because if Black Hane is through, you have enough liberties here that's not a problem. So it probably would have been a little bit better to jump. I called my opponent a dick for playing this move. That is probably too much of an insult because this move, something like this move, has been played by pros. It's a vital point. And I looked this up, and sometimes in pro games, when you get a shape like this, usually it's not extended this far. White will pincer here um, at um, R11, and that's well, I considered that actually, but I did. And I didn't even though I don't know, I don't remember the programs where that happens. I did consider that move, um, but I decided to play a different move instead to keep black separated. This is a bad exchange, however. I don't think any pro would play this because it exposes a weak point here in white shape, and also it kind of helps black a little bit. However, I tried to make black help heavy by playing a pincer. CrazyStone would have played a different pincer a little further back at Q9, but I feel okay. And this is getting really small for black. Now, CrazyStone would have pushed through instead of Tanuki, play S15 immediately. But if what I read out is that if I play like this and black blocks, this is about as far as I read out, like that. That this is not a good result for white. So I didn't play that way. And I don't know why CrazyStone would recommend this exchange and then maybe fix here or do a Tanuki. I've looked at the analysis for that. In fact, right now I could say, well, what if black blocks? What should you do? Ask CrazyStone for a hint and see what it thinks. It thinks I should fix my shape. Well, if I'm going to fix the shape, why not just fix the shape? I mean, play that directly, not, I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. So maybe it's just beyond my level. But I don't know why you'd make that exchange first. So I Tanuki'd, and So now I had played a kind of a influence variation here. I thought this was kind of small to answer, and so I Tanuki'd and I played here. This is also CrazyStone's biggest move, M17, so I feel good that CrazyStone agrees with my block. It also thinks I'm 12 points, 12 and a half points ahead by this point. I'm not sure I agree with that assessment, but it's fine. I really didn't feel that comfortable here. I mean, I was kind of annoyed that Black had gotten so much territory, and it's not clear I can convert this influence and this Moyo into the equivalent. So this is not necessarily an easy game for me. I decided this Atari was too small. Well, actually, it was actually not too small. It was important to answer. CrazyStone would have Tanuki'd and played 03 instead. Um, Black's trying to reduce. I play on the bottom. I'm not actually sure which is better, 03 or R5. Um, at this point, um, CrazyStone actually at this point would have attached here and tried to punish this shape. Um, I didn't do that. I know that weakness is there, but I'm not so sure about the timing. At this point, I jumped here. CrazyStone would have continued, really likes to attach here instead of doing this. Um, the So it really thinks I'm kind of losing a little bit of an advantage, but it still thinks I'm 14 points ahead, which is fine. It agrees with my pincer, M3, so I considered blocking the corner, but Black has a lot of space out here, and where am I really trying to develop? Yeah, I played this move, so I'm trying to increase the height in this position. The corner's big, but I thought this was bigger, and CrazyStone seems to agree. Black can attach here, white Hanes and black and Hane try to settle. That's a standard pattern. And black did attach I Hane, but black did not Hane. Black played this funny move. And in fact, this seems like it thinks it's maybe a 5-point mistake for black because it used to be only 15 points behind and now it's 20 points behind. Um, it's just a strange shape to play. I didn't really know what to do here, but I figure it's not so bad to take the move that black should have played. Um, and so this result is okay for me. However, right now I play a bad move. This Atari is not helping. Um, there's no reason. Black is not going to play there. This I don't know why I played this Atari. I guess I figured black might connect and make a really ugly shape. Sometimes when my opponent plays a kind of a bad move like P2, I assume that they're going to continue playing badly, and that's a really bad habit of mine. So black plays another move, not the move. Uh, black CrazyStone would have preferred that black Atari here, um, but this low move doesn't accomplish much. I captured, which actually isn't that big. Blocking at M2 would have been okay. Again, this capture doesn't accomplish much. This Atari here and this capture really don't accomplish that much. Here I continue. That's the same thing CrazyStone would do. I block a K2, which is also CrazyStone's move. So this sequence is okay. This Atari is a bit small. CrazyStone would have played over here and tried to build up this side at M6. And I think I prefer that. This is too many stones on the right side. Look at all these stones. And it gets worse. Because after this, I don't understand this move. I actually admit that I didn't see it. It's like this was so not on my radar that I just said I got to capture this stone immediately. Um, and this exposes a cut at K3. And in fact, when it thinks that I lost 7 points by not connecting at K3. K3 is a very simple way to connect, but hey, it works. This enables my opponent to get to go from having a weak group to getting territory. So that was a pretty big mistake, maybe a 7-point mistake according to CrazyStone. Um, so continue. And then here. Um, I connected. I think that's okay. CrazyStone would have played this interesting F15 move. And I did some hinting on this earlier and discovered that if black plays here, CrazyStone would Atari here. And then if black captures, play here. So a different way of dealing with this. And I had not considered this F15 at all. That's kind of cute. Um, I played a kind of cruder move. And so here, there's some thinness. CrazyStone would have said maybe H17, just straight would have been better. Um, but when black plays here, I let black cut off. This is kind of a just, I don't know, braino or something. At this point, I resigned the game, actually. Um, I could have peeped though. This last move is a hint. If I go and click the hint button, I'm not going to do that now because I'm recording. But if you do a hint from CrazyStone will say, "Hey, no problem. Get up these stones. Just start playing forcing moves on the outside, and you're okay." And at this point, it thinks that I'm still ahead by 10, 11 points on the board. This white has a fair amount of potential here, and there is still this attachment at c5. Um, there's some stuff here, a little bit of Aji here, and this capture exists still. So white isn't that badly off, and yet I resigned the game. And so I'm glad I reviewed this game with CrazyStone, because otherwise I would have thought, I just played a terrible game, when in fact I just had terrible positional judgment, and I should not have resigned this game. Um, so that's my lesson for today.